Just got back from a week of vacation at the Red, and as of today, I have not touched my Moonboard in about 3 weeks now. Last week was in the Red, the week before that was a deload week, and the week before that I was hanging out at Purdue with some of my friends. For those of you who have been watching since my lattice training hangboard video, if you care at all, I will hopefully be moving to California in January now, instead of my original planned start date of August, because COVID messed everything up. That's what my boss told me, but as always, it could get pushed further back, so I might still be here till next summer, which honestly isn't terrible for me. I can still climb on my Moonboard, I can take trips to the Red with my friends, but it would be nice to finally move out to the West Coast, but we'll see about that one. Anyways, about a month ago, when I was still working on sending a bunch of the Moonboard benchmarks, I had hit a little bit of a wall. As of right now, I've sent every single V6 and below benchmark on the 2016 set, and I've sent almost every single V7. There are, I believe, 6 benchmarks left that I have not sent as of today. And a month ago when I was working on them, I was really stuck. I'd been stuck on these 6 for quite a while. All of them have, I think, one specific move that just shuts me down. The rest of the problems themselves aren't that bad, but each of these 6 have a single move or a single hold or some type of movement that just isn't clicking for me right now. I have sent plenty of the V8s, the V8 benchmarks on the board, and I've sent, I think, 3 V9s at this point, but I've definitely hit a little bit of a plateau regarding the Moonboard benchmarks. And I think part of that is because back when I was working on, say, the V5s and the V6s and the easier V7s, I was getting a lot more stimulus for my fingers, for my tendons, by projecting those and actually eventually sending them. I think I've realized that because I haven't really sent that many benchmarks recently, because I'm only working on individual moves, that has limited the amount of stimulus that my fingers are actually getting each day when I'm on the board, when I'm climbing on it, when I'm training on it. So I think to remedy that, to break my plateau, and to hopefully send those last few V7 benchmarks, I'm gonna go back and attempt to send every single benchmark that I have already from V4 to V6, and some of the V7s as well, as quickly as I can, or in as few days as possible. Today obviously is gonna be focused on all the V4s. I think there's 60 V4 benchmarks in total, so I'm gonna just try and hopefully send all 60 of those today. I don't know if I have the endurance or the skin to do so. Ideally, I'd like to complete this, I guess, challenge within 2 weeks. Hopefully by then that will have given my fingers enough stimulus that I can make some progress on those few V7 benchmarks that I'm stuck on, and finally post those to my Instagram page and move on to posting the V8s, because I have sent quite a few of the V8s and I'd like to get that page moving again. All right, let's get started. I also just got 2 new pairs of shoes, the Skwamas and the Theories. Marco recommended these to me, so I'm gonna give these a shot. But my old Solutions, they were starting to wear out in the toes, and the straps, as always, look like they're about to break. So hopefully these wider Velcro straps will last me a longer time. And the fact that I, for the first time, bought 2 pairs of shoes rather than just a single pair, so I can actually swap these out and rotate them so that both of them last longer and I don't have to buy shoes as often. We'll see how these feel today. Maybe I'll make a video reviewing all the Las Sportivas shoes that I've ever owned, because I've definitely used quite a few of their models. I definitely have developed some preferences for what I like and what I don't like. Let me know if you guys want to see something like that in the comments down below. For the Skwamas to mainly be my soft training shoe, and then hopefully the Theories, if everything Marco told me is true, the Theories will end up being my main try-hard sending shoe. I definitely noticed that the heel cup on the Theories fits better than both the Skwamas and the Solutions, so I'm pretty excited about that because it's really difficult for me to find a climbing shoe that fits my heel properly since it's pretty low volume compared to the rest of my foot. A big part of my Moonboard training is to not only send every benchmark, but to do so with as clean technique as possible. I have noticed the difference that it makes when I focus on trying to cut my feet as little as possible, just keeping them glued to the wall at all times. That has definitely made a marked improvement on my full body tension, my core tension, and my ability to climb on outside routes without cutting feet. It's definitely helped, and I think that if you ever hop on a Moonboard or a similar training board, you should try to focus on keeping your feet on the board at all times if possible, because it has made such a huge improvement to my core tension and my overall climbing ability. I don't think I would have been able to send Paradise Lost without having focused so much on my feet these past few months. So I definitely recommend doing that if you ever hop on a training board like this.
And the Skwamas, they actually feel pretty good. I'm pretty happy with these shoes so far. They are, as you can see, very, very soft, which is what I prefer in a shoe because I like climbing overhangs. Definitely overestimated myself a little today. As it turns out, since I didn't send that last problem, in this single session, I sent exactly half of the V4 benchmarks, so 30 in total. Hopefully I can knock out the other half of the V4s tomorrow, and then we'll move on to the V5s. I'll probably combine today's footage and tomorrow's footage into one single video so that I can have all of the V4s in one video, and I'll put the V5s and the V6s separately. That's it for today's session. I will see you guys very shortly tomorrow. I lied. It's actually been 4 days since I last climbed on this. I ended up going to the red over the weekend again, of course. So today we're gonna hopefully knock out the other half of the V4 benchmarks. Also, today is really cold. It's currently 43 degrees outside. Yesterday it was 75 degrees. Also, unlike a lot of boulderers who tend to prefer colder conditions when they're climbing, I actually typically climb better when the weather is slightly warmer. 43 is definitely way too cold for me. I'd prefer it if it was at least 60 degrees. So we'll see how well my body stays warm, especially since I don't have a space heater in this garage right now. I might just have to suffer through this cold weather. Definitely feeling a little sluggish from the cold. It doesn't feel like a high gravity day per se. I should definitely take some more time to warm up than I normally do. It would really suck to get injured in the middle of sending season. Gonna throw the theories on this time to help break them in. So we'll work on breaking those in during the warm up and actually use them when I attempt to send the next 30 V4 benchmark problems. I never expected to say this about any pair of shoes, but these actually feel significantly better than the Skwamas or the Solutions. Not just in terms of how they fit, but how, I guess, sticky they feel. Just warming up on those V4s, especially compared to the Skwamas from last week, it felt like I had like a fifi hook almost on the ends of my toes that just dug into the rock and just stuck there and wouldn't come off no matter what. I've never really felt this on any other shoe, and it's really weird noticing the difference in how much the toe sticks to the holes on the wall. I know La Sportiva specifically designed this shoe to be an indoor competition climbing shoe, and it looks like they succeeded. I've seriously never felt anything like this. I didn't really notice much of a difference over the weekend when I was using these shoes and the Skwamas on real rock, but I definitely noticed the difference on the Moonboard just now, and it's kind of incredible, honestly, how much of a difference I felt. I've been wearing Solutions for 3 years now. I've gone through 4 or 5 pairs of them, and these just blow them out of the water. I don't really think I'm ever gonna buy another pair of Solutions, especially since these shoes have a regular wide Velcro strap, unlike the strap on the Solutions that pretty much always breaks after a few months of using them. So yeah, if you're looking for your next pair of high performance shoes, I would highly recommend these. This isn't supposed to be a climbing shoe review video, but I just had to stop for a second and talk about these. I'm seriously really impressed by them. Kick drum on the high and low. It's funny how the sun
going back to the register. It's start all over from the canister. Let's break it all down into pieces of bright moments we pass by like a meteorite. Good gracious, every process has a genesis, it ends with the revelation. God bless this opportunity for me to find a voice for some words that have waited for way too long. No wages, small tips on the avenue, never wasted, all hits for a revenue. Haven't you heard the news lately? Write a book on how you make me feel. But how about the song that I wrote for you? But I feel like I wanna put my trust in these simple words for you to feel what I'm saying, what you feel like. Reminisce about the little episodes that we shared together. Remember the time that you told me the cold night to relax when all I knew was to hold tight. Remember the time that I spoke.
Teach one, we reach on. Remember the Cincinnati to the Far East, son. And we just begun to spread the gospel. Substantial, hip rock, hip hop apostles. Far from free jump with this art we all rapping.
Me comes in small packages like a leaf off an olive tree. Brought back by the dove from above, and I'm gonna run love. We saw that we're coming and resist the beginning of the end. Well, anyways, I'm not a perfect being. Yes, I am a man full of S.I.N. It's like the devil in me saw the God in you. You minimize the etymology of enthusiasm. Look it up there, lies the cloud that formed the rain that came from the ocean that fell from the river. I'm a
If you haven't noticed, I really am trying my damn hardest to not cut feet on any of these problems. Some of them, it doesn't really seem like it's possible, but I'm trying to absolutely minimize it, even if it makes the beta that I use more difficult than the beta that I've used to send them in the past, which helps me with my training in two ways. One, obviously it trains my core tension by trying to minimize the foot cuts, and two, because sometimes it makes the problems physically more difficult, it helps train the rest of my upper body with maintaining those high tension positions instead of just cutting loose and going to the next hold because it's a good hold. that's it for today's video. Thanks for watching, as always. If any of you guys are actually interested in a comparison between the theories, the Skwamas, the solution, and the solution comp, leave a comment down below and I'll get around to making a video about that. Consider subscribing if you're interested in watching more Moonboard videos in the future. I'll definitely be making more of these. Drop a like if you enjoyed today's video, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Peace.